The Last of Us. It defined what an amazing linear narrative-driven game could be. A game that took the player on an emotional roller coaster as they experienced the story of Joel and Ellie. It's a story set in an apocalyptic zombie-infested future with terrifying creatures roaming the land. When I think back to The Last of Us, it's not the clickers, bloaters, or fireflies that stand out. It's Joel and Ellie and their relationship. These characters were so well written they felt like real people with actual interesting personalities that you can relate to and understand their actions. When I played this game for the first time, it absolutely blew me away. Aside from the amazing graphics, immersive setting, stealth mechanics that I enjoyed, I felt a real connection with the characters and emotionally invested in what happened. And the ending did something that I absolutely love from storytelling. It made me think. After the credits had all rolled through, I was still just sitting there reflecting. What did Joel just do? I'm not sure I liked that ending. How could he have done that to the human race? I mean, I guess she is kind of his daughter now, and it's not like they know for sure the vaccine would work. Why would Joel even care about everyone else when his daughter is his whole world? You know what? Yeah, I would have done the same. And finally, after debating with myself, I came to the conclusion that I loved it. And I just wanted to experience it again and again. Every time I'd come home from college on a break, The Last of Us is what I'd be playing. I probably have beat the full game over 20 times now. But how did this game become so widely loved and the favorite for so many? I think it's because it's the first time that us gamers had experienced such phenomenal storytelling in a video game. It felt like something new and groundbreaking. This isn't to say that there wasn't storytelling in games before, but none in such a major game that had been done so focused and fleshed out. Mario's story? Just wanted some cake. Leon? He's saving the girl from another area that Umbrella had messed up with their experiments. Did you ever really get to know who Link is and what his personality would be like? Fallout had interesting storylines in the world, but you never really focused on one for too long. There are other games with great stories and storytelling, but nothing had felt as high quality writing as The Last of Us. It was the first experience like this, and that's what made it so special. And that's why I'm worried for The Last of Us Part 2. I know for sure the game is going to look amazing, the story will hopefully be great, the gameplay will be intense, and the controls will be polished. But even with all that, I'm not too sure it will feel like something new. Take a look at the Uncharted series. The first Uncharted went kind of under the radar, but Uncharted 2 is widely accepted as the best in the series. For many, it was the first time that you actually felt like you were controlling a big blockbuster action movie with a big cast of lovable characters. Then for the third installment in the series, to make this one feel different, they went bigger and more spectacular. Flying out of a crashing airplane and miraculously saving yourself was one of the coolest things I'd ever seen. I think I will always remember that scene as one of my favorites in the series, and of any video game in general. And then they announced the fourth, and I wondered how they were going to top it this time. The early trailers seemed to hint at a darker tone where Drake would finally learn his lesson the hard way. It had me excited because it would be something that would feel completely new to the series. But the game came out and it wasn't really the case. No dark ending or punishment for Drake, instead more of the same. Nate and his crew go off to find some treasure in a remote location, realize they don't even want the treasure but instead to just leave with their lives, end up finding the treasure and narrowly escaping while everything is destroying around them. And don't get me wrong, it was a great game that I loved playing, and I would probably rank it as my second favorite in the series right behind Uncharted 2. But there was just nothing that felt completely new from the game besides some fun mechanics and new characters. And that's why I worry that The Last of Us Part 2's biggest problem will be its predecessor. It's going to be amazing, and I'm going to love it for sure, but it might just feel like more of The Last of Us. It might not be able to capture that magical feeling of something new like the first one did. And because of this, I'm not very confident it will stand up to the expectation of being something better than the first. But, you know what? I'm probably wrong. If anyone can top The Last of Us, it's Naughty Dog. They have made some amazing games, and they definitely know what they're doing. Just look at the Uncharted series. The leap in quality from the first in the series to the second series is huge. If they can replicate that again with The Last of Us Part 2, it will be absolutely incredible. Either way, the release of The Last of Us Part 2 can't come soon enough, and I can't wait to play the game.